This video, we're going to learn how to make a 2-point perspective grid. So I did the horizon line, vanishing point 1, vanishing point 2. And now I made a line that was kind of in the middle of this. It doesn't have to be in the middle though. Just like when you were making 2-point boxes, sometimes you would start with a line over here, and sometimes you would start with a line over here, and sometimes you would start with a line in the middle. So it doesn't have to be in the middle. I'm going to go from this middle. I tried to make it as close to the middle as I could. This middle point to vanishing point 1, and also to vanishing point 2. Whoops. Okay. Now, I'm just going to erase that. I'm going to start with a box. And I want to start with this is my size, it's 2 inches. I know that seems big, but you'll see why in a minute. So I'm going to connect this, hold on, this to vanishing point 2, and this to vanishing point 1. Okay. Now, so this is an imaginary line, right? This is an imaginary line. I'm going to measure this space. It's about 1 inch. That's why I made this 2 inches, because I knew that this space was going to be small. So now I need to find a measurement in between these two that is less than this. So I'm going to go with 3/4 of an inch, right? I'm going to do the same on this side. Okay. Now this one's a little bit more complicated. So I'm going to go from this point through this point. So I'm going from this point through this point to hit the horizon line. This is going to be special vanishing point 2, made by a measuring line and made by the drawing. Then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to go from this point through this point. And this is going to be special vanishing point 1, because it's on the side of vanishing point 1. I know that seems, this one is a little bit more complex. So I'm going to figure out how many boxes I want, and I'm going to go in this direction. So this was 3/4 of an inch. It can be any length, but less than in between this and this, which was a little more than 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to do another 3/4. Sorry, I'm just trying to mark this off right. Another 3/4 inch. Another 3/4 inch. Another 3/4 inch. So now I have 1, 2, 3 more going out. That's all I'm going to do. Then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So another 3/4 inch. So I have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I took the length from the length I made right here, which was a length between this and this, but less than. Okay, now on this side, I'm going to connect all these marks I made to special vanishing point 2. Whoops. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, but I'm going to go to special vanishing point 1. Okay. Now, that looks a little weird. These are measuring lines again. So I'm going to figure out where these lines hit here, and I'm going to make points. All these points are going to connect to vanishing point 1. Okay. And then I'm going to mark where these lines hit this first line. And these, where these points are, they're going to connect to vanishing point 2. So this could be a checkerboard floor again, the side of a building, windows. I'm going to mark it out with the black colored pencil so you can see, because there's so many measuring lines here. The outside of the building, windows, bricks, walls with windows and bricks. Interior or exterior. This is supposed to be a floor. So that's a 2-point perspective grid where the boxes, and this goes for the 1 point as well, whatever you created your first box as, they're supposed to be showing a repetition of that box in the correct perspective. It doesn't have to be in the middle. It will be different if it's on the side. So the boxes are obviously getting smaller as they go towards the vanishing points. This looks a little like the boxes look a little rectangular in certain areas to me, but in perspective drawing, you have to kind of be a perfectionist. In other types of drawings, you don't have to be. Okay, so that's my checkerboard floor in a 2-point perspective using a 2-point perspective grid. I am going to stop here.